are live.
All right, guys, welcome to part 2 of installing our TTI PCC kit. Today we're going to be showing off how to install some of the more external components onto our kit. So to get started, we're going to have to take off just a couple of components, such as the outer barrel, the rear sight section, and then we're going to split the gun down the middle. So to get started, we're going to want to take out our rear screws that hold the upper and the lower together. And the opposite side one as well. And then to take off the rear sight, we'll have to do these two screws and the one up here. Coolio. And from there, we'll go ahead and hinge our gun in half like normal, and we can get started. So let's go ahead and take our barrel assembly out.
What screws are we undoing here?
So for this guy, it'll be the screw inside of here, as well as the one down below.
Gotcha.
This guy in here. Yep. And then we'll slide our outer barrel off. And then pop our hop chamber out to install our rifle length barrel. This guy. Doesn't want to come out. There we go. There we go. Coolio. From here, we'll take apart our hop chamber like normal and install a new barrel like normal.
And which screws are we undoing here?
The 4 major ones on your hop chamber, right there. Yep. I'm going to pop out our standard parts, and then we'll bring in a Maple Leaf Crazy Jet 370mm barrel with a VSR spec Mr. Hop in 60 degree.
I also see there's a metal clip on there. What is that metal clip for?
The metal clip is mostly for feeding and air seal. I'll make sure our little screws go back. Yep. We'll shut this up like normal. And we also are using a Maple Leaf Omega nub on this guy. Do this separately.
And how is that Omega nub sitting in there?
So you want the concave part facing forward to back. And there we go. Sometimes they're a little finicky. And we will drop that right on top. And then again, install our screw.
And this is the silver screw that comes with the kit.
Indeed. Cool. And now your full-length barrel is set. We're going to want to take apart the outer barrel section so that we can install standard AEG barrels.
And which outer barrel are we using for this video?
So for this gun, we're going to be installing an Arcturus, I believe NY02CB barrel that we had lying around the warehouse. So you want to grab your AEG spec barrel and make sure you have this on the right orientation, and you will just drop it in.
And how do you know which way is the correct way to install your barrel?
So the biggest thing will be the two screw-in holes for the actual receiver, and you just want to make sure those are lined up.
Okay.
And then just tighten down your grub screws like before. And then go ahead and chuck on your barrel nut. There we go. Or not. There
And
we
with
go.
this one, you want to make sure you're being careful when you screw it on. You don't want to accidentally cross-thread it or strip the threads on your outer barrel assembly.
So then, before we chuck on this long barrel, let's go ahead and slide our barrel and hop assembly in. A little bit more awkward with this long barrel. Then we're going to be screwing that down like the rest. Cool. And then we can slide on our outer barrel. Cool.
And when you put on your outer barrel, how do you know that it's on the correct orientation?
With this guy, like I said, it'll be these little screws here. You want to make sure that they are lined up with the correct hole, as if they're not, it will just not line up properly and you won't see the screw holes come in unless you rotate it right. One here. There we go. Cool. And then one receiving up here.
And this is the long screw that's going on top, correct?
Yes. Actually, with this guy. Yeah. Oh no, sorry, no. We want to use the same length ones.
This is, so the smaller screws?
Yes.
Okay.
Screw that in. Clear. And then you can install your handguard of your choosing by choice. We also have an Amoeba hand stop for M-lock on here, just for choice.
And what screws are you loosening here?
These are just for the handguard itself. But make sure whatever handguard you're using, you pick up the proper barrel nut for it. As long as it's AEG spec, it'll slip right on. There we go. Tighten those. Oh, I brought the wrong ones. It's okay. Yeah, and that's your front end. Then, to install a stock onto your lower, it'll be like any standard AEG buffer tube connection. So we'll just slide it on and screw it on. So we'll grab our buffer tube and stock assembly.
And what sling plate do we have here?
So our sling plate will be the PTS QD sling plate. And this is just a QD lug we had around the storefront. And over here, I believe this was originally a CM16 buffer tube that we've commandeered.
So any AEG buffer tube will work for this kit?
Yes, yes. As well as that, we have a PTS EPS C compact stock. So, put on our sling plate, put on the buffer tube, and then we will line this screw up down inside. Can be a little awkward to line that guy up inside of there. Oh, almost had it. There it goes. And then we'll want to pull out a nice long screwdriver to get it. Let me see here. I might have to go. I believe I got it. Yep. Tighten that guy all the way down. Coolio. Just like that. You got a stock on now. So, to bring this all together, I want to put our bolt back in. And just like a normal AAP, we're going to hinge these two halves together and then put in our last screws and the sight mount. One. Go. This guy right here. Then its brother on the other side. Here. And then lastly, the rear mount. And this guy will have 3 screws, 2 on the top and 1 on the back. All right, and just like that, you're now on a carbine kit for your AP-01.